Hi guys, today is Monday, July 11th. I'm sorry I missed you guys yesterday. I wanted to do something different today, so I have a special guest with me today. So let's start with a moment of prayer before we start. Father God, we come to you this day thanking you and praising you for all your many blessings, Lord. And as we come today to receive your word, I pray that you open our eyes, hearts, and ears, Lord, so not only I receive what you're saying, but the people receive it as well, Father God. I pray that you will continue to be a blessing in our lives. Continue to cover us, Lord, and order our steps each and every day. And I just give you all the glory, honor, and praise in Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
So how are you guys again today? Again, today is Monday, July 11th. I like to tell the dates and document this as I go. I have like I said, I have a very special guest for me. You guys always hear me talk about my Ruben, my boyfriend. This is my Ruben. He hates for me to call him Ruben, but I don't care. His actual name is Tars, but he will always be my Ruben. But before we get into my Ruben, I just want to give you a quick update. I did go to the doctor last week. I am doing great. I am doing well. They told me that I could start bending, squatting, and doing different things like that. I can pretty much take my own showers now. They still want me to keep my hands to my side for another week. So Thursday will be the last day, and I can start moving my arms, lifting my arms up and exercising them to get them loosed up. They're going to take the stitches out, and they said 2 weeks, so I'm not this Thursday, but next Thursday on the 21st, they'll take the stitches out my breast, because remember I told you they split open, so they had to do an emergency surgery to get them back closed. And I told you about the infection they found, so I'm on antibiotics for that. The last day of me taking that will be Saturday. Not this coming Saturday, but next Saturday will be my last day taking the antibiotics. But other than that, I'm doing good. The surgery is still on course for September 13th. They said most likely they won't change the date. But other than that, I'm doing good. I haven't had no more issues or problems or anything like that. I'm still not in any pain. I have not been in any pain since all this started. So I thank God for that. But other than that, I'm doing great and well. But I wanted to do something a little different for the video today. I wanted to bring on people in my life that has been going through this journey with me. As you guys, I told you before, this is my Ruben, Tars. We've been together for a long time, and sometimes you really, when you're in a relationship, you really get to know a person, especially when something traumatic happens that you least expect and you don't know. That's when you guys become closer. You realize how much that person really truly loves you. And during this ordeal, since I got my diagnosis last year in August, this man has been by my side every step of the way. He has not left me. He has always been there for me. I was actually scared that he was going to leave because this is a lot. Normally, women are the one that's dealing with the issues with the man, so we're taking care of them. So when you got it the other way around, it's not easy for a man to take care of a woman. It becomes like pressure, it becomes hard for them, but he has been 100% steadfast. He has showered me many days. He has gotten me dressed many days. He's talked about me many days while giving me a shower and picking on me, but it was all done in love. I mean, I like the laughter, I like the fun, because it keeps me from focusing on my situation. It brings light to the situation. Research shows that if you stay positive and happy through every situation and laugh, you will have a more successful and better outcome than being negative and sad all the time. Like I told you guys in my other videos, I get picked on all the time. Like I told you, my brother told me don't come home with one boob. Make sure they cut them both off, because he gonna talk about me if I come home with one boob. You know, my boyfriend always say, let's go get your busted stuff in the shower. Let's go. We can't have you walk around looking musty. That is fine for me. I like it. It's fun because it's not focusing on my situation. We're making things, but I'm sorry guys, the light had went off. Turn the light on, baby. The cord.
What? Hit the cord.
You just gotta push the button. I know it's kind of dark. You can't see me.
What it has? It actually, you can actually see yourself. You can see yourself really.
You gotta turn the light on.
Lord, the whole computer went dead. Okay, well, Tasha, she's trying to get together. Hello, my name is Taurus. I'm like the bull. Taurus like the zodiac sign, and then Taurus like the like me. Tasha giving y'all a little story on what she went through. Yes, it has been a headache. Oh, there we go. We're back on the thing. So now it's time for me to take together the video. You know, one time, let me just say this. I know y'all enjoy watching her videos, but she just be rambling and rambling and rambling. I'm like, get to the point. I don't have 18 minutes to sit there and watch your video. What point you making? And overall, within time, she does make a point. But sometimes I look at videos. I look at a lot of videos. I watch a lot of YouTube all the time. And I watch hers also. But I just want her just to get to the point. Tell me what I want to know. That's all I want to know. What's going on?
Anyways, like I was saying, this is my Reuben. Y'all see what I have to deal with. And Lord Jesus, pray for me, y'all. Pray for me a speedy recovery so I can move him alone. Because he always talk about me. But I brought him along today so he can talk to you guys about what it's been like for him through this process, when I got diagnosed, what's life, has it changed anything, has it brought us closer, just his insight personally. Because sometimes we are the patients, but we never get the side of the caregivers, how they feel or what they're going to do. I've been in the medical field since 2007. I've been a caregiver all my life. So it's weird being on the other side of the table, having someone to take care of me. Now I'm the patient and they're the caregiver. So it's different. As a caregiver, I loved it. My experience was great. I done took care of people in my family. I used to do home health, so I used to work out in the field as well. So I enjoy every minute of it. I enjoy every aspect because when I walk through that door, the smile on their face says it all. But now, like I said, I'm the patient. So here's firsthand from a caregiver, someone that's very near and dear to me, I love very, very much, and I wouldn't trade him for the world. Like I told him on Facebook the other day, I have my boy ass. I am happy. I am eternally grateful for this man. God sent me someone special. This is all I prayed for. I always said I wanted somebody like my daddy. Lord knows he just like my daddy. Like they said, be careful what you pray for. I got somebody just like my daddy. He's a good man. He's a nurturer. Like his family just raised him perfect, and I couldn't ask for any man. So I'm gonna let Reuben tell y'all what it's been like for him. Okay.
Oh, it's my turn? No, I thought she was going to talk about to fall asleep. You know, after going and working 10 hours a day and then coming home and trying to do a video, it's kind of like, well, dang, do I really need to do the video today? After 10 hours? Today? Yes, today. Now, let me just get one thing straight. I'm not perfect. I'm just being me. That's who I am. I'm a loving person. I'm just being general. I'm being just me. You know, I'm not the perfect man. Our relationship haven't been all gravy. There are some lumps in there. But one thing about when you go through a situation, you take that situation, learn from it, and you just move on. You know, either you're gonna go keep moving or you're gonna stay where you at. You know, and she decided to keep me just a little longer. Just keep on holding on. You're gonna hold on and see how it goes. But let's get to the journey. So the journey, I like to make things short and sweet. I'll make it a little longer this time. But I didn't sign up for this. I did not sign up for this. I didn't sign up for this at all. I was telling my mom, I said, hold on a minute, guys. I understand this when you get older. I'm not old yet. I'm not old at all. By that time, you did experience and then deal with all this kind of stuff. But I'm not old. I'm not going to be wiping your behind. I didn't sign up for that whatsoever. But the journey has been different. I would say different from step one to the diagnosis to, you know, when she called me that day, I was at work on the truck at the time, and only thing he is crying and slobbing in the background. If you ever heard somebody cry and slob at the same time, it does not sound good whatsoever. The woman was on the phone, and but that was like that was the one thing that touched me when she was crying and stuff like that, and at the doctor's office. And you know, some people they try not to laugh, when people are crying and stuff like that. So I know that doctor was in there trying not to laugh. If y'all would have heard that conversation. Woo! Okay. So overall, it's been different. If you're ever gonna go through a situation with somebody, it's best to try to understand where they're coming from, and it's hard to understand where they're coming from because of some things that happen, like the not being able to wash your own body because of your stitches and there's the stuff moved from your body. A person normally don't understand that because you feel that that person should be able to wash your own yourself, not needing assistance. But the day I went to the hospital and she was done with surgery, she was able to lift up. We had to lift her up, and during the surgery room they have the back is exposed. So I said, well, why they got a band-aid across your whole back? To find out that they split her whole back all the way across her back. There was stitches and glue all the way across her whole back. And I was like, okay, why did that happen? And the videos that I watched was not the videos that put a pin in that computer while you can stop going back and forth. What's going on? So she let's come on now. You know, there's a tip that I just learned from one of the techs. I work at a school district, and he said to keep your computer awake, play some music in the background, so the computer will continually think that something is going on, so your computer won't go to sleep. I said, wow, that's amazing. And some of the techs at the school, they were like, that's genius, because when you're doing a slideshow or something like that, the computer goes to sleep after a while. So somebody has to be there and touch to keep your computer awake. I'm not gonna charge you for that one, but the next tip I give you, I have to charge you, because I ain't just giving all my good tips and I ain't getting paid for it. These days are all about getting paid for tips. Okay, so back to the back. I mean, they had that back like from the middle of the spine all the way across, and she would kept complaining, saying, it's tight. Why it was tight? Because they had strap band-aids from all the way around that it was holding everything together. So, but she didn't know they was gonna cut her in the back like that. Did you know?
Not like that. Like I told y'all in one of the videos, he's referring to the second surgery. We thought they were gonna suction the fat out the back. So it was kind of, we read up on the literature and everything that they gave us. So it didn't ever state that they were going to cut the back, so we were thinking they were going to suction it, but coming to find out they actually cut the back because they had to take fat, skin, and muscle. So at the end, it kind of explained why the back had to be cut, because now you're talking about taking fat, skin, and muscle, not just fat. So we understood later. My thing was when I went and seen that, and I asked them, first thing as a male, my thing was, you don't know what's going on. You don't know what these doctors do until you go in there getting cut all up. These doctors are just going to do what they want to do. Why you didn't know? She didn't have no reason, because if she thought this what we did, this what we researched, this what went on, that was not what was going on. So I was like furious. I'm like, they done cut your back. What the hell is going on over here? That's my new word. What the hell is going on?
By the way, he got that from his sister, y'all.
Yeah, my sister. Yeah, she always says that. But overall, I don't. To tell you the truth, I don't even know if breast cancer patients go through this kind of stuff, but there's a lot she's going through. With the back, what they call it? The tubes in the side,
the drainage bags.
The drainage bags, and then the cutting up there, and it's kind of like, my thing is I want to see the after effect, because of the after, I'm waiting until everything is over with to see, because if I didn't see people who haven't gotten breast implants. But when you see this part, I guess actually this part really only matters, right? Because of, you done seen some of these people, they done had breast implants, you don't see none of that with this going across and all this kind of stuff right there.
Because my surgery was a little different, baby. They took fat, skin, and muscle, so I'm getting half and half. I'm getting natural, and I'm getting unnatural.
Quick note, I still don't understand that. Go ahead.
I'm getting natural and I'm getting unnatural. So when they take the fat, skin, and muscle, because remember I originally told y'all I was supposed to get fat from my stomach transferred into my breast, but I changed it because come to find out it was a permanent mesh, and I was afraid of the mesh because you hear it coming out, you hear people dying from the mesh, and then the number one thing for me is that I couldn't have children with the mesh. My ultimate goal is to eventually have children one day, so that cut that out when I found out that the mesh was permanent. Most likely if it was the dissolvable mesh, meaning that it wasn't a permanent mesh, I would have most likely got the surgery. So when I found out that, it would have been like my whole breast. I wouldn't have had to get implants. I wouldn't have had to do anything if I got the fat transferred from my stomach. So that canceled that when they found out I was a permanent mesh. So now I decided to get the fat transfer from my back. So it's really not a lot of fat in your back, so therefore they can only pull so much to create a breast. So you have to get implants to fill in the rest to make the breast whole and make it complete. Because if the camera was a little closer, I could actually show y'all like my breast is like small. It's not enough fat up in here to create the breast. So like I told you, they had extenders in there before to help stretch the breast where they put fluid in there to help stretch the breast to make room for the implants to go in. But being that the implants got exposed and my breast split, they had to take the implant side.
Let me ask you a question. Were you able to see the extenders?
Yeah.
What did it look like?
They show you like some extenders. They look like little round, almost like a donut, but it's a round thing, very small. Looks like a donut where they fill it with fluid. It's almost like the breast implants when you go to the doctor's office. If any of you have ever seen implants, it looks like a little silicone gel, but this thing is just a round plastic thing, and then it's a white bottom with a clear top, and they just put it inside you, and then once it's inside you after surgery, they just take a needle every week and insert the needle in you and fill that thing with, I don't even remember what the thing called, but they fill it with water, and it's almost like an implant. So you get in the feel of what an artificial feel of what an implant feels like once it's in there, because they're blowing it up, and that's just helping the breast stretch. So that way, when they put the implant in, there's room for the implant when they slide in.
So before I go back to that, I'm gonna say when they removed the breast, to me, I felt that okay, you remove the breast this week. Within a month after healing, they should have been able to put that thing back inside there. What happened was they wound up letting all of this heal and all this shrink inside. And then, here we go, got another surgery. Now you got to push this all back out. I don't understand why they just didn't do all that kind of stuff at the same time. To push it in there, and that way it's there, and they can do one healing instead of 2 different or 3 different types of healing.
Because it's all a process.
It's a process. Now, did you say? Now, I never seen. You said the extender was exposed. Was it metal?
No, it's the clear plastic thing that I was telling
But why
you.
they said you couldn't go through an airport?
Because I guess some of the things that's inside the extender causes the smoke, the things to go off the things.
Yeah, we was about to cancel our flights to Japan, and we had to cancel the flights because she couldn't go through the airport. So the flights got canceled. We got scared. We was headed to Japan.
Y'all listen to him.
To Japan.
We going to Japan.
We was headed there, and so she said, "No, I can't go. The alarm gonna go off when you put your hand over your head. That alarm was going off. We don't want nothing like that."
So let me ask you this, baby. The question that most women want to know, and like I told y'all, this was very hard for me as well.
Hold on, let me take a sip of this water.
Like when I found out, when I decided to get the double mastectomy. Some people don't know what double mastectomy is when you get both breasts cut off. That's what you call a double mastectomy. The hardest part for me was when I made that decision. Well, we sat down and made the decision. As a family, we made the decision. But ultimately, it was up to me at the end of the day. When I made the decision to have the double mastectomy, my biggest fear was losing him. Because now I'm walking around with no breasts. How is he going to feel when he see me naked? How did that make you? I was traumatized because I didn't know how he was feeling. I knew that I felt like it was going to be a wrap the first time he saw me naked without my breasts. Like, I felt like he was going to leave me. And I was terrified and I was scared at the same time. Because as a woman, it's like, it's hard when you don't have any breasts. So knowing how you feel as a woman, it's like, just as hard just for your man to see it and knowing how he feel at the end of the day. So how did you feel the first time?
The first time I seen her was months and months after they got removed. Because of most men, we don't want to see. I always picture the ladies from Africa, and the ladies, they have no chest and they have a big belly. But that's part of their culture. That's how their culture are. They have their breasts hanging out, and that's the picture that I seen. But when I actually seen the breast, it was just flat. Her chest was flatter than mine. It was flat all up here, wrinkles, and like I said, I didn't sign up for this, so I was like, because at first I didn't want to see it. I wanted to be more of healing before I actually see it, because I didn't know how I was gonna react at the beginning. I'm like, I prefer not to see it. Yeah, you're going through the situation, but I prefer not to see it. Let it heal up a little bit. Let it form a little bit before. I prefer to see it once it was complete. Most guys, they want to see it once it's complete. But due to the fact that this surgery and the process is so long, you're gonna see what's going on here and there. But she was terrified. I was terrified too. It was more, we were just both terrified. We didn't know what was going on, and I didn't know what it was gonna look like because I didn't go and research after a lady. When you go online, they tell you about breast cancer, and they remove them, but they never tell you after that. They give you, oh, she got a breast removed. But what about the pictures and what about the story afterwards? It was always flat with a big stomach. I said, you walk around, you may look like you're crazy. They don't know what's going on. They don't know what you got going on. But it was a little different. It looked different than normal. So like I say, as a guy, I would have just preferred just to see you in 18 months once you healed, and then boom, you act normal. But as thinking about some of the females and the stars that have gotten breast implants, they must have got a different surgery because they can't be going through all this. It had to be something different. That's why when we was going through the different process in the hospital, like, this don't seem normal because of most females, they go get breast implants and they back running doing what they want to do. Not to this extent.
You just got to see firsthand what they go through.
Well, I got to see firsthand, but why there should be more stories out there, more pictures or something that shows, hey, this is what the woman actually goes through, what happens, because this is like what, your year? Has it been a year yet, or 6 months?
It'll be a year in August.
A year in August, and she's still going through the same thing.
I got diagnosed in August last year, but I had my first surgery in December last year. So
that's when they removed the breast. So they removed in December. Here we go in July, and they're still going through the same situation. And most females, you won't be able to work because of the back and forth to the doctors. And granted, her doctor is in Tampa. It's not locally, it's out of town. So when she says an hour and a half, 2 hours away from that. So going back and forth up there, you got to take time off of work. You're not working with your schedule, you're working on their schedule.
So, like I said, I chose to document my journey because a lot of people don't show what is really like, what it entails. You just hear stories, but you don't know actually what they go through. So that's why I chose to tell my story and document it to the fullest, to see what you actually go through, what it entails. That's why I showed you guys my breast. That's why I showed you my back, because I wanted you to see, like, this is the other side. Like you say, you see celebrities and it's like they bounce back. Really, they're not bouncing back. You just don't see that side because they go through what they need to go through, and then they come back and work like nothing happened. And then a lot of times people don't like to tell their stories because they don't want that to come out. I wanted to tell my story because I was different. Like I told you, the Lord gave me cookie crumbs of faith a couple years ago. I didn't know what cookie crumbs of faith was. I didn't know what it was entailed about, but he told me cookie crumbs of faith. And years later, that's when I realized what cookie crumbs of faith now. We're all crumbles, but in the end, we'll be whole. So, like I said, that's where I am now. I'm crumbles now, but in the end, I'll be whole as long as I keep the faith, as long as I keep striving. And like he said, it's not easy at times, Like I said, I've never been in pain or anything. I remember when I first found out, like, it was hard for me when I first found out, because like he said, I was crying and stuff on the phone, and I found out on a Friday. Thank God it was a Friday, because I don't think I could have went to work that next day, knowing what I know. And I made him stay with me the whole weekend, because I was scared. You remember that day?
I don't remember that part. Yeah.
Remember you stayed with me the whole weekend, because I was scared to stay by myself?
She's always scared to sit by herself.
I'm not always scared to sit by myself, but I had him stay with me that Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And I remember looking at him and told him that I was scared. You remember that?
I remember she looking at me telling me that.
So,
but I looked at it as you got a 0% cancer. See, that's the thing with guys.
Stage 0.
Stage 0. Now, most of the time you hear about this kind of stuff, it's a stage 3, 4, 5. when they catch it. It's late. Good thing that she caught it. Some things I didn't understand was she always felt something was going on. But if you feel something different in your body, you have to go get checked out.
I felt it like a month or two before I got, like maybe a month before I got diagnosed. But like I said, I didn't think nothing of it because I thought only time it bothered me, I felt something, but I never I felt a little something, but I never really examined my breast. I just always felt a little something. But like I said, it didn't bother me because the only time it bothered me was when my period was on. That's when I noticed it. But the more that I start feeling and really looking into my breast and squeezing it, that's when I realized this thing mighty big. I didn't realize it was this big. But like I say, the only time it bothered me was when my period was on. After that, I didn't notice it.
Now, let me ask you a question. Have you ever got a mammogram before?
No, you don't get them until you turn 40, baby.
Now,
Only
that's next
time-
year. That's next year.
This year I turned 40.
This year.
The only time you
Hold on,
get... He'll be 41 in December. So
actually 40 in December.
He'll be 41. Because I'm 39. I'll be 40 in September.
We're the same age.
I'll be 40 in September, so he'll be 41.
I'll be 40.
He was born 81.
40.
I was born 82. So therefore, he will be 41.
You was born 81 like me.
No, I was not barely born in 82. That's a shame. He's supposed to be my man, y'all. They don't even know my birthday. Any of y'all other people go through this?
So my question is, it's told, guys are told to examine their genital parts. We're told to examine it. But just like Tasha just said, you can be feeling down there, or feeling up there, and you don't really know what you're feeling because it's never explained what to feel for. That's important to know. Because most of the time we feel it and feeling and feeling. Oh, we got guys get breast cancer too. We found that. I didn't find that out until about 3 years before she got diagnosed. That they was checking guys for breast cancer because it goes around, especially if it's in your family already. But
usually if it runs in your family. Normally, women, we don't get screened for breast cancer until we turn 40, and we get screened once a year. But if it's a situation where it runs in your family, then yes, you start getting mammograms early, and you get mammograms every 6 months versus every year and wait until you turn 40.
Now my question is, why you haven't got one? Why you didn't get one before?
Because it didn't run in my family.
Breast cancer.
It didn't run in my family.
What kind of
and
cancer?
I wasn't 40, so I didn't have to get mammograms till I turned 40.
Okay. So at age 40 to this year, if you wouldn't have got nothing done,
I would have.
what stage do you think you'd be at?
Sometimes it sits. For example, when my daddy got diagnosed with prostate cancer, they actually caught his early. I can't remember if it was a stage 0 or a stage 1, but they caught his really, really early. But then it took them months to do the surgery because it was a 9-hour surgery. They wanted to make sure that his heart could sustain the surgery because he was kind of older, and he's I think my dad is 74, 75, and I think he was in his 60s when he had prostate cancer, so it was a 9-hour surgery. So they kept pushing because they wanted to make sure he could survive this surgery. So I was praying to God that this thing don't spread, it don't get any more in his system. Thank God by the time they finally did schedule the surgery and get everything ready, they had to go back and test him to make sure that the cancer didn't spread or anything. So it stayed the same amount of time the whole time. So a lot of times, as you guys know, sometimes the cancer could sit dormant and it doesn't move, and then sometimes it does move. It just depends on your body and the cancer.
Well, one thing about it that I learned from Tasha and going through what she went through, if something runs in your family, we have enlarged hearts in our family. So I'm not waiting until I turn 65 and try to go get my heart examined. I'm going to get that heart examined already, just to make sure. It's best to find out early. And like I told her, are you talking to the elders of your family, the great aunts, the aunties, the uncles? Find out what they have in her family, so she can see, okay, well, hey, you got this, let me go ahead and prepare and say, hey, let me just go get this checked already. Because if you don't know and you don't ask the questions, you would never know, and then you come up with something, or your child come up with something, and you're like, where did this come from? Because it runs inside the family. I think you should get your dad on the video and have him explain what he went through.
That'll be the next video.
Okay, so the next video the dad gonna be on. That's good.
But I just want y'all to know, from his point, what it's like for him as a boyfriend, what it's like from his point of perspective, because it might, like I say, we all go through this as women. God forbid if you ever have to go. I don't wish this on nobody. So it's important to see from his point of view for all the women out there who are in relationships, whether you're married or you have a boyfriend, whichever the case may be. So the guys can understand from a man's point of view what it's like.
Well, I would say this: we won't never understand. We don't understand those type of things. Trying to go and you can't move your arms now. Right now, the doctor said you can't move your arms from the side. So she got a cup on the table. She can't reach the cup off the table because I can't move my arm up that far. What you was doing last week? What kind of stuff is that? You can't move your arm this week, but last week you was washing this normally. So what's going on?
Because
so
when I move my arms, I'm like this. I can't reach. Like yesterday, I tried to turn the stove on, and as I was reaching, trying to turn the stove, I felt the pull and the stretch, and I had to pull back. So they wanted to heal. That's why you can't reach.
Well, I believe if you don't move your arm, just kind of like in a cast. In a cast, what happened? Your arm is big, and then after you take the arm out that cast, it's like small as nothing.
Yeah.
Because you're not using that muscle. You still got to move that muscle a little bit.
Yeah, and I can start moving that muscle next week. I can start moving and stretching it. Right now, they want it to stay so it could heal.
Mm-hmm.
I don't went off again, y'all.
Well, if she played some music in the background, that would have never happened. I'd gave you my tip. Sometimes, let me tell you this: when people give you a tip, take the tip. Take the tip. That's going to be the next video title. Take the tip. Because at the end of the day, stuff like this happens. Look at I look like a black man in the video. You can't tell I'm a white man inside. But at the end of the day, we did good.
But, like I say, it's been good speaking with y'all today. Like I said, I wanted you to really get his perspective, what it's like. Next week, I don't know, I might have my dad and my mama, my best friend, someone else close to me, just to see what is situation. Oh, I wanted him to also tell y'all, now that we know that my diagnosis is good.
Is this like an extra piece of tip or something?
Now that we know my diagnosis is good.
Is this the part that for the viewers that are at this still watching the video part?
Yes.
Okay, go
now
ahead.
That we know that my diagnosis is good. Because at first, it was like, I was really like worried about him because I knew he would go to his mom a lot for support, but once he found out that I was okay, he became a little bit better. Like he's breathing. Besides the fact when I had surgery, he was upset. So now that you know that my diagnosis is good, it's not like bad. Are you like? How do you feel now?
Well, we're going through still, so it's more of I don't know. Every day is different. Every day is a total different day. Yesterday she was washing herself. Now today she can't move her arms. So going into it seems like every day is something different. So I learned to just take every day and just go with it. If you don't take every day going with it, it's just more of you're gonna get frustrated. I was frustrated with her because she's like, oh, I can't reach the cup on the counter. In my mind, you just reaching the cup. Just last
because
week.
the cup was to the edge, not the cup was further away.
So as guys, I look at it as I'm kind of like the general. You should be able to do this no matter what. You're going to run those 10 miles every day, no matter what. You should be able to do this. You did it last week, you're going to do it again. So when you have that mindset, and I'm also a Capricorn, so we look at it as you got to be independent. You got to be well stable and everything. So I didn't understand it, why she can't do this. But now she's explaining, well, I can't because the doctor said I can't. I believe you can stretch a little bit. You can try. If you don't try, you won't never know. She won't even try.
Because the doctor said
She would not try.
Because it has to heal, baby.
It has to heal, but your arms are healing. This part ain't healing right. Your breast is healing, not the arms.
They kind of
see what I'm coming at? See,
your arms
so overall, I look at it as I look at things the normal way. Your breast is healing. Your arm could go up a little bit, Going this way with the hand is different from the breast. You're not gonna do too much right there. So what's gonna happen is her arms gonna get so locked in, she's not gonna be able to lift the arms up. You gotta go to therapy now to lift the arms up.
No.
You don't think so?
No.
Why not?
Because you just keep them down for a certain amount of time, babe, and then that's when you start lifting your arms up slowly and doing exercises to loosen them up.
We'll be back.
Like I was telling you.
I think this is the tip.
Like
you gotta come back next week for a 3-minute video. 3 minutes on giving the result from this. 3 minutes next week. That's all you gotta do. 3 minutes, in and out.
I don't know about that one.
I think we're gonna do a 3-minute video because this video is.
He just want to go back and see y'all.
It's a little long. This video is a little long. So for the viewers who are still here, I got a tip for you. Write down healing in the comments. Healing, that's the keyword. We always gonna put a keyword into the video and to see who actually watched the video to the end. And we're about to end this video, right, Tasha?
he don't like long videos, y'all. He like to get to the point.
So
I like to explain myself.
healing is the keyword. So write that keyword at the bottom, healing, and then when all the other viewers and all your friends and co-workers and everything see this video and look at the comments, they're gonna say, why is the word healing at the bottom?
Well, again, I thank you guys today for joining me. Y'all continue to pray for me and this man. Like, Lord Jesus, pray for me. Pray for my soul,
Pray for
y'all.
me too. That need a lot of prayer. Throw the water and everything, the oil.
He need the water. He need
Just
the
don't
whole
do no
water,
cast oil.
now y'all can see what I go through. But I thank y'all for joining me. Remember to like, share, and subscribe and comment on this video. Remember, when you like and comment on this video, more people see it. It gets around more on YouTube. It becomes more visible to other people. So make sure you like, share, subscribe, and comment. Remember, this is Cookie Crumbs of Faith. We're crumbles now, but in the end, we will be whole. No matter what you're going through, whether it's loss of finances, a divorce, loss of a home, loss of a job. Remember, my story is pre-cancer. Yours could be anything. But like I say, again, we're crumbles now, but in the end, we'll be whole.
I'm already whole, so she may be crumbles. I already came in whole. I ain't gonna be crumbles for that long. You don't
remember,
take that long
the
to be crumbles.
situation may change, but God will always stay the same. So regardless of what we go through, he's going to always be the same as he was yesterday, today, and forever.
That's correct. Let me make my comment. I got to make my comment. God is the same, but will you be the same? You got to work at this. This ain't no easy journey. Yes, God the same. He's sitting there watching you, looking at you to see what you're going to do. That's what the thing about it. He's sitting there, he gave us a mind. He gave us a mind better than he gave the dogs a mind. So realize this, he's watching. You got to work this thing. It's not easy. It's not an easy journey. In general, it's not easy. He's sitting there watching. Look at that. Look at her. Look at her sitting there. I told her to get up and run. She ain't running. She ain't running. But she praying to God to run. You got to get up and take the first step. Take the first step. That's what Tasha did. I will see y'all in the next video for a 3 minutes only video on an update on her own situation. See y'all soon. Goodbye.
I'll see y'all next week, and you guys have a safe, fulfilling, happy week. God bless. Bye. You could push stop, baby.
Huh?
You could push stop.
I thought we did. I didn't know we was done talking yet. It's the last 3 times we tried to stop and you didn't want to stop.
Bye, y'all.
Goodbye, everybody.
Oh.